Still getting things set back up. Like I said, it's been a while. All right. Don't know who else is in here, if anybody. I have been wanting to make a mini album. So I have cut templates so I know exactly how to cut my papers so I don't waste a whole lot of paper. You know how that goes, right? We're going to use this black cardstock for the main back part of the album. The raspberry is going to be a matte. And then I'm going to use the midnight berry for my actual album. And I picked it up at Tuesday morning. I thought it was absolutely gorgeous. I've already taken some of the cut-aparts out and cut them apart. And there's even some strip ones that we can use for belly bands and different things like that, you know. So that's what we're going to work on today. I need to get this out of my way for a few minutes so we can cut the cardboard that we're going to use for basically the bones of our album. And I have been saving some cardboard boxes that I think will work. I need front and the back cover. That one's a little small, and I'm going to need the spine. So we have to cut one spine and two of this one. Like I said, I've just been saving some boxes. I don't know, they may be too small, but that's okay. I have went and picked up some poster board, but it's a little thicker than regular poster board. I got it at Walmart, and it's heavy duty. And this is what it looks like. You get 8 sheets. It was a little over $2, but it's pretty heavy. So that's what I'm going to use for what we're going to wrap the album in. So we need to cut. I know I've got to cut this down. It won't fit in my cutter. So I'm going to get it cut down. Let's see, I think I might be able to fit it in that one. Like that. And let's get it cut apart so we can get this built. Alright, and the first pieces we need are 5 by 7. So we're going to cut the 5 first. And make sure they're lined up right. And then 7. because our album is going to be a 5x7. You can make yours any size you want. They're so easy to do. And 7. And then this piece for the spine needs to be 2.5 by 7. Alright, that's all we need of that right this minute. So we'll be done with these 2 pieces and I can put them away. Save your scraps. You may need them. Sometimes, you know, you just need a little piece here or there, and scraps come in handy. You can make tags and different things out of them. Now what you've got to do, what I did, I watched a lot of videos of people building these beautiful albums, and they look so difficult, but they're really not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 pieces of my black cardstock. I really need to put something else under here so you can kind of see what's going on. White's not the greatest, I know, but I do have a piece of off-white. Maybe that won't make it glare so much on you. Anyway, you have to take, because one piece just isn't long enough. So what you have to do is you have to kind of attach them here. I'm going to turn this light on a little more. I hope you're not getting much of a glare. I know my camera's a little out of whack. Like I said, it's been a while since I've done any of this, so trying to get everything adjusted again. It's been pretty crazy around here the last month, to be honest with you. So anyway, we're going to attach this. And make sure you're straight. You'll know because your edges won't line up right if you're not straight. You understand what I mean? So just get them lined up as well as you can. And I take, because I need to know where my, okay, that's good. Because you don't want too big of an overlap, but you do need it to overlap, you know. And I'm going to take and make a mark with my pencil so I know not to go any further than that line with my double-sided tape here to attach this. Okay? So, and I'm going to use, I don't know what size, I think it's 1/4 of an inch. So I really want it down well. Try not to get it onto the white paper so it doesn't stick to everything, you know. But anyway, I hope everybody's been doing well. And then I've got a little bit thinner I'm going to use on that edge because the 1/4 inch would just be too wide. Because I just need it on both edges. We don't want it coming up. Alright. And I'm going to cut the extra off on this edge. How's everybody doing? Sorry it's been so long, y'all. It's just, like I said, it's been rough around here the last month. We had a young man in our community come up missing. And our community, yes, I live outside of Augusta, Georgia, which is a huge, huge city. But the little suburb areas, you know, we've lived here over 25 years, and we know everybody pretty much in the community. All of our kids have gone to school together, graduated, and, you know, their kids are now in school and things. Anyway, the young man came up missing, and everybody was searching for him. He was 23 years old, and about a month, 3 weeks later, they arrested another young man from the community, and the young man who was missing's ex-girlfriend, for murder. Still had no body. They were still searching. The 2 individuals had already confessed to it, but wouldn't say where the body was. So the whole community was still looking, and finally they gave up where the body was almost a month later. And after he was missing almost a month, I'm going to put some glue on my tape, because if I don't get it just right, it gives you a little wiggle room with the double-sided tape. It's just a little trick. I don't know if y'all know about that or not, but anyway. And the sad thing about, other than, you know, the young man's death, the young man that was arrested for his murder was very active in the church, and you just never would have expected anything like that. So that's been going on. I've not been feeling well, so I haven't been able to come on. My blood pressure was messing up quite a bit to where I was getting severe headaches. I was almost passing out, and we had to get that under control. And everything seems to be getting back on track again. I still get a little tired easily, but, you know, it'll get okay. All right, now we have our long sheet. So both of our things can fit on here. So now I need to get these all taped down to this sheet. But you never want one of your corners where you're going to fold to fall on your seam. So you always try to find out where your seam is and place your spine down first. And I know if I put my spine there, I'm going to be pretty well centered. You understand what I mean? My seam's here and over here, so it's kind of in the middle of my spine. And I'm going to take and I'm going to mark where I need to put this back down at once I get the tape on it. Y'all excuse me a minute. My dog needs out. Move, cat. Yes, Willie. Hi, Brenda. Well, hi, Vicky. Well, thanks, Vicky. Yeah, it's just been a lot going on, sweetie. I don't know how much you heard. Brenda, honey, I just didn't hear from anyone and decided just, you know, I've got to do this, you know, for me. Get back some normalcy in my life. Y'all know how that is, right? So, and nobody was really on, so I thought I'd come on and just at least get a new little album started. So anyway, I'm going to take double-sided tape. I have a love-hate with this stuff. I'm going to tell you, it's so sticky. But, you know, it holds it, and it holds it right now. And that's what I need. You'll notice my hands are still a little shaky. It's just crazy. I didn't get the Google Hangouts going because I was by myself. But Brenda, if we can figure it out after a bit, I'll be thrilled to come back on and hang out with you guys if, you know, y'all want to. Alright, and yep, need one to go across this way. I hope I'm probably not in frame. Y'all are going to have to kick me a few times to get me back on track, you know? Alright, get in there. It takes quite a bit of this double-sided tape to do these, but I don't get the warped paper and stuff like that, you know. So I would rather just do it and be done. Alright, see I got a bubble there, but that's okay. We'll just burnish this. You really, really have to burnish down that double stick tape. If you don't, it's not going to peel apart very easily. And it can be just a pain in the tail. You're bad with double-sided tape, too. Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one. So, let's see if I can get this off. I've been, while I haven't been on and stuff, I've still been watching a lot of YouTube, and I've been in a couple of chats and stuff, but I plan on coming back full force. I hope everybody will come back. I'm sorry, you know, but life happens, things happen, and sometimes we just really don't have control over it, you know? Hi, honey. I'm making a mini album. I've not made one on video. I've made one, and I'll show it to you. I don't think it came out too horribly bad, considering. Alright, now that's down good. Let me show you. This was my very first one. And it's got flaws in it. So when you open it, you have open doors, and there's a belly band. And then this side, it's a mirrored image waterfall. And then there's a pocket down here on both of these. And in the side here, there's a pull-out. I haven't decorated this one or anything. It was just a prototype. There's a pull-out on every page. And then this side, when you open it this way, and there's a pocket here. And then this, like that. And then this side opens up like that, and it's got a diagonal pocket. And it's got a pull-out in here, too. Then this one just has a pocket over here. This one has just 2 pieces for a waterfall and a pocket. It's got a pull out here. And then there's a flip out here, a belly band, and a little flip out. So that was my first one. So I thought I had bought this paper from Tuesday morning. And I love it. So this is what we're going to be using to decorate this album with. So that's what I'm doing. Alright, now I have to put tape on both of these. And you have to remember, I forgot the first one I did. I had to get rid of it. To put a space in between, or your pages will not fold correctly to close. You'll get your paper will tear. So I'm going to leave a fairly decent sized gap here, and I'm going to mark so when I take this up, I know where to put it back down at. I said it's just something I wanted to try. I know we're not going to get the whole thing done today, but I will be back to finish it. This is something I really want. And, you know, we always see all these people making these beautiful mini albums. I've been watching a lot of Genevieve Designs. She's amazing, and she does sell templates and stuff and makes beautiful things. But I wanted to try and make my own, and that's what I've been working on. I've made my own templates. None of them are all going to come out the same. You may want, you know, a pocket instead of a belly band, or, you know, just different ways of doing things. And that's great to use your own personality and what you want for your own. Don't do what everybody else does. You know, be creative on your own. That's why we do this, right? Okay, let me catch up a minute. Y'all know what this is like. And I'm probably still out of frame. Hi, Arlene. How are you? Yeah, Vicki, I wanted one, but they just looked so difficult. I'm going to try and adjust this camera a little more. I think we need to go back just a tiny bit. Let's see if that helps. But they look, when they put them together, they're beautiful, you know, and they do look difficult to do. So I decided I was going to take my time and cut my templates and try and do one without all the confusion, you know. I don't want anyone to be confused doing these. They're not that difficult. Once you decide your size, and, you know, like this will be a page. Well, then there's the first mat, and go ahead and cut it down. And then there's the second mat. That way you've got all your measurements wrote down and what they go to, and it goes together a lot easier, you know? I'm not fighting with it as I go. The first one I did, I really had a heck of a time. Well, hey, Friday, how are you? I think it's Therese. Did I get it wrong? Oh, Therese, I did your little purse thing. My granddaughter got the first one. I haven't finished the second one yet, but I think it's coming out kind of cute. I still got to add some trim and stuff. I used little pearls for the feet. Hi, Denny's. So that's what I worked on one of my days that I was out. I am so surprised to see so many of you. I figured everybody gave up on me. Yeah, my mom wants one. So I'm going to fix it and fix a little fake fern in it for her to sit in her powder room. Alright, just remember when you're using double-sided tape, burnish. Burnish, burnish, burnish. I can't tell you enough to burnish it down, because if you don't, you're going to have your tape coming up and it's not going to come apart, you know, your backing as easy. So burnish it really good. But if y'all get a chance, if you haven't been watching Genevieve Designs, check her out. Like I said, she does beautiful, beautiful work. Mine will never look as good as hers, but you know, I'm okay with that. I'm just learning, and I like what I do, so that's fine by me. There we go. And that's where I learned this trick with the glue stick with your double-sided tape. So I'm making a mini album, building the whole thing. And like I said, this gives your double stick tape a little wiggle room, because if you're like me, you're not going to get it down right the first time. You're just not. If you do, congratulations. You're a better woman than I am, because I can't do it. And see where I've made my marks? This is why. I can line it up and get it on there and let it drop down. And then I've got it. Because this part up here you want is level across these, because you'll have 3. And you need them as flat across as you can possibly get them. Otherwise you're going to look a little cattywamped, you know. You love the glue stick trick. I do. It really, really has saved my tail. Alright. I look fairly straight. I look pretty even on my spacing. Yeah, my first one was kind of a disaster, I'll tell you. I didn't take the time to leave enough of a gap in between, so it didn't close right at all. And I'll tell you, the other thing that I thought was going to be really, really difficult was the hinge, you know, the binding thing. And those are fairly easy now. All right, let's get this all down. See, I'm off a little bit on that side. It'll be all right. See, knew I'd do it every time. We'll just trim it up. It'll be all right. Can't take any of this too seriously. And what I do, I just take my blade and I kind of score down through there, and then that sticky on that edge will peel right off, and it's not going to get stuck on anything that I don't need. So all right. Because this white tape on white paper, you can't tell if you're actually right up on your edge sometimes. Trees, don't you have some kind of a challenge going on? I know a lot of people's got different ones going on, but I thought I seen that you had one when I was watching your video the other day. I can't even remember what the video was now even. That's terrible, isn't it? I said my mind's just... Index challenge. Okay. How long do you have to do that before it's over? Yes, it is a worry. I don't like not being able to remember what I watch of my friends. That's so wrong. I just didn't know how much longer your challenge was going. I may just do one for the heck of it anyway. Just, you know, even if it's not for the challenge, you know what I mean? Just do one, just for fun, and send out. Alright, that's all burnished down. And if you get one of these little suckers, be careful. The other night, thought I had shut it, and I was cleaning up, and I really poked myself. So, if you get one, be careful with it. They're lethal, I'm telling you. It should say adult supervision. You love making them yourself, yeah. I think I'm going to try it. I've never done an index card, so I think I'm going to try it. So what's everybody else been making and doing? It's, you know, everybody's crafting. I'm interested in what you've been up to. Yeah, the dangers of crafting. Like I said, It should plainly say adult supervision. Stay away. Alright. I think I'm pretty good there. Oh, not bad, right? I look a little off there. But I've already pressed it, I think, too much. Nope, it'll come back up. See? That's what happens if you use that tape or that glue stick. You can pull it back up and move it just for a few minutes, you know, not long. Oh, Candy Lays. Been crocheting. Cool. My mom's starting to crochet again. Matter of fact, we had to go yesterday. She's been crocheting for years, and like the rest of us, when you don't do it for a while, those little crochet hooks just seem to disappear, and she couldn't find hers anywhere, so we went to Hobby Lobby and picked her up one. And I got a heck of a deal there. It's still in her car. I got I think it's like a gallon jug bucket of gesso. It was regular $39.99. I got it for $9.99. So, all right, hang on a minute. I got a dog, needs out. One probably needs in. Y'all know how that goes. Yes, Mama. Out. Am I come in, Willie? Come on, it's hot out. Come on, Mama. Good girl. All right, go lay down. Hang on 1 second, guys. I'm going to get them some fresh, cold water. Here you go, baby. Come here. Come here. Right here. There. Get you a good cold drink. Sorry, y'all. But there's 4 dogs, and they go through water like you would not believe when it's hot out like this. All right, so now what I'm going to do, because I don't want these long flaps, so I'm going to cut this off and cut this off. And then we have to put double-sided tape everywhere except in the seam. Stay out of your ditch, okay, with your tape. And then I can fold this around, and then we can get going some more on this. Where did I put my... There it is. I'm just going to use my ruler and my straight blade to cut that. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's an edge. You're not going to see it by the time we put the, the mat over it anyway. So, and just go slow. You know, it's not that difficult. Leave a little bit of an edge so you can fold over. Doesn't have to be perfect. There. And save your scraps, because you can use them for tags and other things. So, and I'm always stressing about getting my corners, you know, because you gotta... Ooh, you crocheted on paper? I have got to check that out. That sounds so cool. Yeah, it was a score on the gesso. I mean, I'll probably never use all of it. But, you know, I've got daughters and stuff that craft too. So, I think I'm just going to try and cut them and hope I don't get too close, because, you know, if you get too close, your corner will show. If you get too far, you end up with a dog ear, right? But I need to get those cut all the way around. I think I'm a little far away. There, that looks better. I wish I could find one of those, they're a corner thing that helps you mark perfect for your corners. I haven't found one at any of my craft stores, but I sure would like to find one. It would make it so much easier. I just kind of trying to eyeball it and cross my fingers I got it in the right spot. Let's get rid of this. Oh, stuck it the wrong way. Alright, so we've got that part done. I know we're going to fold easily. I'm going to take and along the edge, try not to do that, but just kind of oh, what's it called? Y'all know, score it. So when I do get my tape on here and pull it up, it comes up a little easier. Get my tape, and I'm going to go all the way around the black, and it's hard to see because of my black mat underneath, but it protects the table, so that's why I use it. And go all the way down. Get over there. Okay. And then, well, I'll go ahead and go all the way around this first, and then we have to do these edges, you know, here. And I don't worry if I'm not completely right up on that edge, because it gets folded over and then you add a mat, so you're not gonna, it's not gonna come up on you. I am glad I'm not the only person that has a time with this double-sided tape. But I do like it better than glue. I just don't care for the warping that the paper gets if you use too wet of a glue, you know? I am definitely going to check out how you crocheted on paper. That just sounds awesome. Get my mom to doing that. She could crochet me some. Haha. Alright, we're going to go on your edges. Ooh. Toward that. Now I got tape stuck to me. And just go all the way around. This tape is, it's humid here, so it's kind of getting really sticky. Y'all know what I mean? Yeah. I figured if nothing else, at least I'd be able to come on today and let y'all know everything's okay. Gonna get back to normal. It's really kind of odd when everything just hits like that all at once, you know. I feel so bad for both of the young men's families. You know, the victim had 2 small children, so, you know, their lives are forever changed. And then you got to think of the person who done it, you know, his family. He was only 23 as well, and his parents and siblings, their lives are forever changed. A lot of lives changed in a split second, and nobody can figure out why. You know, it makes no sense. Just very, very sad. And knowing both of the families for all these years, I would have never in a million years have thought something like that would happen. You know, it's just absolutely crazy. Alright, that's all down good now. Alright, let's pull all this tape off. Like I said, don't put any in here. I know there's some up here, and it should be okay because we're not pushing it down yet. And once we get it put around, you know, it'll be in that groove anyway because that's where the fold is. Don't let me forget to put some glue stick on here so I don't make a mess. I do like this little thing for doing this. Just be careful, because if you don't have that down and you poke yourself, I gotta get these thrown away, but static on them, sometimes they end up everywhere. You hear Dolly over there. She's quite a chatterbox lately. Dolly and Bugsy and Nova are all doing just fine. Still a bunch of crazy jungle chickens. Yep, you are, Dolly. Ha ha ha. Dolly has learned to holler for my husband, his name, because she hears me holler for Dennis. And now she, in the morning, hollers, Dennis, Dennis. So, it's kind of funny. Been hanging out with a few of my friends on just, you know, Facebook chat, you know, live chat. And it's been nice. It's really, really been nice chatting with people and getting back to doing. I've really missed, but you know, just so much going on that I haven't had time, not for lack of want. Alright, get it down good. Get it burnished. Alright, I try to do both of my long edges first, you know. And it seems to help a little bit if you kind of score that edge to fold. Get them up. So anybody else going to go live today? Oh, what kind of birds are they? I have 2 blue and gold macaws, and I have 1 Timna. He's a small African gray. They all talk. They're all very mischievous. But I can't imagine my life without any of them. Even the new ones, because we've only had, what, Dolly and Bubsy, a little over a month and a half or so. So, yeah, they're beautiful birds. They're big babies is what they are. Alright, that's down nice. So, looking pretty good so far. See where I put that, the glue stick, it sometimes doesn't want to hold right away. So you kind of gotta give it a minute, but that's why you put it on there, was so you had a minute to work with it, right? Hi, Andrea. How are you? If I miss saying hello to anybody or anything, I apologize. Now, I'm trying to push these little ends in a little bit so I don't have that, like, dog ear. You know what I'm talking about? So, if you take and you kind of push them in a little bit, they do a little better, I think. This one I may have cut a little too close, but we'll see. And if I did, it'd be okay because we're going to put a mat over this anyway. And I didn't. It come out great. Good. Okay. That down nice. Right in here is where I'm having a little more trouble, where I put that glue stick, because it's so thick where we had to do our papers. I am still out of frame, y'all. I think I need to come this way a tiny bit. I just don't want my ugly mug on, you know? See if that helped a little. Everything kind of got moved and nothing's gotten readjusted and stuff. I had to move my craft room around couple of weeks ago because where my desk was right in front of my window air conditioning unit, and it was just too cold there to craft, so I had to move it, and everything didn't get put exactly back yet. We're working on it. It'll be all right. All right, that looks pretty good there. Now, let's get down in that groove good. You don't want anything coming out of your ditch. And let's see now if we can. Nope, we're going to bubble right there. The glue's not dry yet. Gonna have to give it a couple of minutes. So that's okay to give me a minute to sit up, catch up on chat. It's just got that one little spot. The glue needs to dry right there just a little bit more so I don't get a pucker come up when I fold the book. Okay? So, everybody's doing okay. You're still lurking, Brenda. I have gotten to know Brenda quite well over the last, what, about 3 weeks, Brenda? We hang out quite often. She has a wonderful channel. She does polymer clay. She does beadwork. If y'all have not, please check out her channel and subscribe. She's quite talented. She's just now getting into mixed media with paper crafts. Had some stuff to make a mini owl for 7 months now. It's easy. Denise, you've got to try it. But, yeah, check out Brenda's channel. She's very friendly, very funny. And does beautiful beadwork. And she's getting ready to do a giveaway for her 100 subbies. Oh, you've done a suitcase mini. Oh, Debbie. I want to see. But Brenda's fixing to do, you have to subscribe, and she's going to do a video telling you what you need to do to be entered into the 100 subby giveaway. And she's got some really nice little prizes, so go subscribe to her if you haven't already, and enjoy. Yeah, Deb, that sounds really cool. A suitcase mini album. I would love to see that. I've got a little suitcase that's, what, like chipboard or whatever. And I've had it for a long time, and it just haven't been able to figure out what to do with it. So you may inspire me on something. Y'all want to hear something really funny? I haven't done a video in so long. It took me like 10-20 minutes to figure out how to go live again, because I hadn't done it in so long. And you know, oh, you're welcome, Brenda. You know, when we haven't done something in a while, and there's a lot of steps, I don't know about y'all on your computer, but on mine, to go live. And it was something trying to remember how to come back on. Oh, Deb, you would love it. Private message me later, and if we do a Google Hangout sometime, and you would like to join in with us, there's always room for somebody to come and craft, and just, it's more fun crafting with friends on Google Hangouts, you know? So if anyone would like to go live on Google Hangouts with us, private message me. All we'll need is an email address, and we can send you an invite on when you want to do it. You struggle just doing a video. It's totally different. You don't have to, you know, wait on it. We don't do any editing. It's just this. Here you go. No uploading. See, I quit doing uploads because it was just taking forever for my uploads to do. But just remember, it's always more fun to craft with friends. All right. Are we going to stay down now? Yes, we are. Okay, guys. There is the beginning of our album. And we did it out of poster board and cardstock. So now we'll fix the, make sure it folds nice. Yeah, there we go. See, if you don't leave a wide enough space here, when you go to fold, it won't fold right. And your pages, some of them, some paper, depending on how good it is, will, let me see, it did it on this one. See how it cracked? Because I didn't leave a big enough place. And, you know, it looks vintagey and old, but that was not the look I was going for. And it was, you know, trial and error. We all learn. That's why we do this. We're all learning. You went with Mars. Oh, I would love to go with Mars one day. She is something else, I'll tell you. I get the biggest kick out of her. But I don't really know her that well. So, I mean, I've been in her live streams and said hi and stuff. But, you know, just because we all do YouTube doesn't mean we all know one another, you know? And it takes a while sometimes to get to know people. Okay, now I need to cut my mat for here and my mat for here. And let's see, I think... No, that's not the right one. I think that's it. Yeah. And see, I've already got my measurements and what it's for. Front and back cover mat. So I know when I put that on there, and you don't come over, don't go into your ditch, is what I'm calling it, okay? Stay out of the ditch. And just line it up. And see, I'll make marks when I get my paper cut. So when I get my tape down, I know exactly where it's going. And then this is my, that's the mat. This is my spine cover. And it'll go down first because it does cover that little bit of a ditch. Okay, and you just kind of center it, you know, on both sides. And it'll be black. So I need to cut this piece, and it's got to be a 3.5 by a 6.5. You don't want your inside spine part as long as your full book, okay? So I'm going to see if one of my scraps, you know, that scrap's just a teeny tiny bit off, but I wonder if I can make it work. I can. So, you know, if you're just a tiny bit off, check it out, and if it'll still cover okay, use it. You know, don't waste your scraps. Just make sure I get one that's... Alright, and then I'm just going to cut it off right even with it. No, I'm not, because I can't cut a straight line if I have to. So I'm going to get my trimmer out. So that way I can have a straight line. Like I said, I can't cut a straight line. I already got tape sticky on there, ucky. And it has to be 6.5. So there's my 6.5. I love this new paper trimmer. It's amazing. Oh, okay, Friday. Thanks for coming in, honey. I appreciate it. Okay. So, we'll put this here. And just remember, wherever this is, your pages will end up just, you know, in here when we do our spine. And I can see here where my ditches are, so I know I'm not in my ditches, okay? I can be off to the side all the way down. So where'd I put my pencil? I'm telling you, I've lost my pencil. There it is. And make sure you're fairly even distance from top to bottom, you know. And that looks pretty good. I'm standing up over it so I can kind of see. And I'm going to mark there and there. I'm going to mark here and here. And I'm going to do the same down on the bottom, just so I can pretty much know when I put this down that I'm in the right spot, you know. So, all right. Like I said, it's not hard to do. It's once you get your templates made, it goes pretty easy. Now, taking your time to actually do this and make the template will take a good while, because you're measuring as you're going, you know. But once you have your template made, you can make as many that size as you want. You know, you're not just a one-time done thing. So now I should probably use a red line tape, because this is where all your abuse is going to be, you know, is your spine. So you want to use the best adhesive, whatever it may be that you have, because you want that to hold. Okay, you don't want that to go anywhere. So that's why I'm using this. I don't think I can use, nope, I can't use this there, but I can use it down the middle, because I don't want anything near that spine where it, you know, these, your ditches. So I'm just going to put this down the middle, and then I'll use my little other to go the other way. Because y'all know how sticky this tape is. And this is that from, I think I got it at Tuesday morning, but boy is it sticky. Alright, so I got that there, and then I think I'll use this thinner down this edge. And it'll be alright. It'll hold. Like I said, you just got to think about kind of, you know, an extra step down the road or something. But these are easy to do. I was really, really shocked. Alright. Get my tape unstuck. And burnish. You still gotta burnish. So it'll stick. Thought I heard a dog scratching on the door, and I didn't think there was another one out, and there's not. It was Dolly over there pecking her beak on her perch. Hi, Sierra. How are you, honey? Well, I'm just surprised that so many of you wonderful people are coming back in. Really means a lot to me. Like I said, I know I'd been out a while, but, you know, we had funeral and health issues. And it was just horrible. Sierra's another one I would love to do a hangout with one time. Just to chit chat. Seems so much fun. Oh, that's okay. Everybody, I like to see everyone subscribe to everybody and support one another. You know, that's what this is all for. There's plenty of room on YouTube for everybody. Okay. Plenty of room for everybody. Alright, let's pull this back here. Get back up over it. And let's see if I can lay this down here right. Looks pretty good. That side looks off. Alright, I think I got it. Nope. A little crooked, but it'll be alright. It won't show. Okay, get that down good. And there's that part now. I got a piece of, well, it ain't gonna hurt it, but a piece of gold leaf. I was messing with my gold leaf the other day. Like I said, just because I haven't been on doesn't mean I have not been crafting. I just wasn't sure. I'm making a mini album is what I'm making, honey. You know, with not feeling well and not knowing exactly if I would be able to stay on long enough to do much of anything, I just wasn't coming on and going through all that, you know. Alright, so that looks good, right? We're getting there. Now we need the mats for here. And they'll just go down like this. And where your lines are here for the piece we just put down, you want to have your paper even with that at the top and the bottom. Or as even as you possibly can. You know? So that looks pretty good, right? So I'm going to mark this once I get the paper cut, and I need it to be, it needs to be 4.5 by 6.5. And I'm going to use this raspberry berry is what I've got for it. Because I figured it would match the midnight berry paper that we're going to be doing the actual matting of the album in. So, and I love this paper. It's just gorgeous. And I was pretty lucky to find something that kind of went with it. Alright. My cutter back out. I love this new cutter. I really, really do. I can't say it enough. I had this one. And it was okay, you know. But I've had it for a long time. And here where the blade goes, it starts to make a groove down in there. I don't know if y'all know that. And then if you have to cut a slither off, instead of cutting, the blade pushes it down in there. So you're not getting a good cut. And over time, your blade kind of starts to wobble and you're not getting a straight cut. And I was finding I was wasting a lot of paper. So it just wasn't worth it. All right, I need 4.5 by 6.5. So let's go 4.5 this way. And this one has its faults too, don't get me wrong. Like right here. But if you, this is the 5.5 mark, is this edge right here. Well, then out to this edge, you can fill an edge here. That's your 3/4. And then this other edge is your 6-inch mark. So it's not too awful bad. But it is better than what I had, you know. And 4.5. Hi, Dolly. Yeah. No, 6.5. I just did the 4.5. See? There's my 6.5. I'm glad I re-looked. You know that old saying, measure twice, cut once. Well, the other day, I measured twice, and I still cut my paper wrong. I don't know how I did it, but I did it. I guess I just got a number in my head, and that was all there was to it. But you can flip. Yeah, but I've already done that once. I've actually flipped it. I flipped it over once, and then I flipped it the opposite way. You can actually get 4 uses out of them. Dolly, don't scream like that, please. And sorry, y'all, that's Nova. You know how that goes around here sometimes. I apologize. Okay. Yeah, I flipped it, but you know, after you flip it so many times, and it's just easier to get a new one and be done, right? So anyway, that looks pretty good. I'm straight up here at the top from across. I'm good down here. So let's mark it. There. Right there. Oops. Sorry about that. And then I'm marking down at the ends because sometimes you can't see one area, you can see the other. And that works. So let's get this one taped up and down. And we're almost got the bones. Then we have to do the hinge. And this is just a prototype of the hinge that we're doing and how you fold it. And we're going to end up with 4 pages front to back here, and then our front cover and back cover is what we're going to end up with. So, not too bad, right? And besides, my anniversary's coming up, 25 years. So hubby told me to go ahead and get me a new cutter. He was seeing that I was having some trouble with the old one, and he's like, just go get one. I told him the one I wanted was pretty expensive, but I did use my 40% off coupon, so I was not paying the $119.99 at Hobby. So I highly recommend that cutter. Like I said, it's not perfect either. It's got some design flaw, but you know, it's better than what I had, and that's all that I cared about at that time. I'm not saying it's the best, But for me right now, it's better. Thank you. Yeah, we're going to have 25 years on July the 3rd. So, I've known my husband more than half of my adult life. Am I staying in frame any better? Y'all are going to have to tell me, because it's just not looking real good from here. It'll take a while probably to get the camera readjusted to where I had it and everything. And don't forget, burnish. And since we're on to this color, the raspberry, I'm going to antique the edges, and I'm going to use black soot for that. And I've already got it out. So we're going to go around the edges with the black soot, because it kind of ends up looking a sooty black gray color. And it goes really good with the pattern paper, because there's a lot of blacks and grays in it with the berry color. So that's what I'm doing for that. So just go around your edges a little bit. This is a step I usually forget. But it really does define your edges, you know. Dolly's over there saying, "Give me a kiss." Alright, see? You can really tell it kind of defines that edges a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and do this one while I've got it out. I might as well get it done. And inking your edges can really hide some mistakes, I'll tell you. If you don't have a perfect straight edge, ink your edges like your background color, and it helps to hide them. Alright. Let's get this piece down. I'm wanting to pour some more resin pieces. I've been going on that site, you know, the site that we're not allowed to talk about, and looking at some of their molds. And I have found some that I really, really kind of like, and I'm thinking about getting them. Alright, that works. Okay, here we go. Line it up, top and bottom. Looks pretty good. There we go, just a little there. That looks good. Okay, and burnish it down. Now I will go through and take an eraser, you know, and if I've got any glue anywhere. Have y'all seen these? It's a glue eraser. I know it looks muckified because I've used it a lot, but it's a glue eraser and they work really well. And of course everyone knows about the like silly putty pencil erasers, so. But these glue erasers work wonders. Alright, that looks good. Now let's get this one down and marked. Come on, get up over there. That looks pretty good. There. And here. And there. You don't have to mark it like this. I'm just doing this because I want it to, you know, I want to be able to line it right back up where I need it to be without having to fight with the glue and stuff. Yeah, Debbie, I love that glue eraser. And I was shocked when I found it because, you know, you always have glue. Please, Dolly, don't do that. You know, squirt out somewhere or something. And it works on the Fabri-Tac. It works on the tape. I mean, I haven't found anything that it doesn't work on. So I've been really, really happy with that glue eraser. And I think I got mine at Hobby. Over in the, where their art pencils and stuff are, you know. So. Oops. See, my tape's kind of coming apart because it's getting humid here. So it's sticking to everything. Ugh, shoot. Two more. Sticking to me. Not bad. Alright. Now let's burnish this down really well. Like I said, if you don't burnish your double-sided tape, it's harder to get it to come apart. You know, you're backing off of it. And sometimes your actual tape underneath will peel up with the backing. It's just a pain in the butt. So burnish it down good and you'll be fine. Yeah, I was rubbing with my fingers too, but then sometimes you get more smudges than anything. And with that glue eraser, I haven't been getting the bad smudges. Now, of course, if you rub and rub and rub, you can get a hole in your paper just like with a regular eraser from it. But, you know, that's not what you try to do with it. Oh, come on. There we go. All right. Always make sure I don't have any sticking over the edges, you know, because it'll show. Put this back. Get our glue stick. I love this glue stick trick. It's amazing. Just don't overdo it, because then it doesn't want to stick at all, you know. Okay. There we go. Good there. Pretty good there. Oops. That don't look half bad, does it? Okay. Let's get it all burnished down. All right. Now we've got that part done. And it's coming along pretty good. Now we got to work on our hinge. And that's easy. It really is. Trust me. I always cut mine the same height as the black piece we put in here. And that ended up being 6.5 inches. And then for my gussets, or whatever you want to call them, it'll give you 4 hinges at 1/2 inch. So, not bad. So, 6.5, I think it is. Where did I put my... Make certain I've got my measurements right, because I don't want to cut this a whole lot. Yeah, it's just under 6.5 by the time with the folds, because folds take up. So you want to cut your paper 6.5 wide, and spine was, where did I put it? 6.5 tall. So I want a 6.5 by 6.5 piece of paper. And I'm going to do it in black. So I'm going to get it cut. And then we're going to use the scoreboard to score all of that. Put this up so I don't stick myself. Make the glue back. Alright. We're going 6.5. And if I end up off, I apologize. I'm not the greatest at this. But, you know, we all learn. That's what we're doing. We're learning. I'm learning. Okay. That should be the right size to go from top edge to the bottom edge, and it is. And now take a scoreboard, and we're going to score at every 1/2 inch all the way down. Okay? Now, I did end up having to, on each edge, cutting off just a little tiny bit because it hung over where my fold is. And you don't want anything going in your ditch, remember? Let me turn this so it's easy for me to see and do. And 1/2 inch. And I go down them twice, just so I know I've got a good score. Okay. Now, I don't know if everybody knows. If you do, I'm not trying to say, you know, anything. But there is a right way and a wrong way to fold on a score. You don't want to fold where you have your peak. You want to fold towards your valley. And that will give you the best crease that you can get. So go through and fold towards your valley on all of your scores. And like I said, I don't know, you know, some people don't know for sure that there is a right way and a wrong way to fold on a score. And you just got to remember, fold to the valley. At least that's the way I was always taught. And once you get so far, you may have to turn it the opposite direction because you've got so much to work under. And this is just so you get 4 peaks. Now, if you don't need that many peaks, you know, then just adjust. I do a 1/2 inch valley, then you got a 1/2 inch peak, a 1/2 inch peak, and a 1/2 inch valley. So that right there turns out to be 2 inches for one, you know. I don't know how else to explain it. I have a feeling I've missed one. I did, right there. See? See, and it wants to curl around because everything's going that direction. All right. Make sure you've got them all nice. Then take, and I kind of fold the first one just back a little bit. Then the second peak I pull up and score, you know, keep it going again. And that way there's one. And then remember to leave that peak alone, pinch at the next, push down, pull it together, and go back over it with your bone folder to crease. And that gives you your second. Leave the next valley down and pull it up. And that gives you that one. So we're up to 3. Okay. Then leave one, and the next one, pull it up. That one goes that way. And there you have your 4 hinges, basically. So then what you'll do is you'll flip it over, and in between each of these, you'll put your glue, your double stick tape, whichever, and then when you pinch it together, you want to try and line it up as straight as you can so you have a nice flat back, okay? And it's not going to be perfect, and don't sweat it. You're not going to see it from the front. Okay? And I need, which one? I'll use this one still. It'll be alright. And don't get down in your grooves, and don't get up on your peak area. Just stay back just a tiny bit from it. Okay? That's on this side. Hello, Nova. Who are you growling at, Nova? And the last one here. Alright. And burnish all that down really well. Everything's still okay? Oh, you'll be 33 years, Debbie. That's awesome. August 4th, 28. Oh, Andrea. Congratulations, you guys. I'm telling you, marriage it's like a job, you know, you got to work at it. And I think that's the problem with some of these young kids. They're easy to get into, but they're hard to get out of, right? Alright, so let's take these off. I hope everyone's understanding how this is going. If I'm not doing something to make sense, please let me know. Because I know it's no fun trying to follow something if it's not making sense, you know. And I am definitely putting the glue trick on here because once these hit, you know, it's all over. I don't want to have to redo the whole thing. Thank you. Alright. And I'm going to try and start not at the end because those are the easiest ones. If I can get lined up in here, get it down, and then pinch. Okay, then move over to the next one. And I hope I'm in frame enough so you can see. You just kind of pinch. Okay? And that's got my first two. Okay? And I'm going to turn it around. And right here, where that one is, we're going to pinch right here. So far, I hope so good. Then the last one, pull it up and pinch. Alright, now we've got them all together. This one keeps wanting to come undone because of the glue stick trick, but that's okay. It will stick, don't worry. Burnish them down. Just go through and burnish them down. The more you burnish, the better you're going to be. Okay. You want them to go both directions. And then slide them the other way, you know, because they got to open and close both directions. And get them down there. Okay? And that's what the back will end up looking like. And there's your front. Now, I'm going to take on these edges, and I'm going to snip off down to there where your fold is, just a tiny bit, so when we go to put our pages over it, it slides on a little easier. Okay, so all you're going to do is, you got that, pull it together and just snip a tiny bit, and do it on both ends. Yep. There. All right. Now we have to attach this to our book. So let me get this all moved out of the way, clean this little bit of paper up, because I don't like the mess. I don't think any of us like to work in a mess. All right. And there's our book. So this piece, like I said, you don't want to go in your ditches, okay? And so if I put that there and I fold that, see, I'm very, very close over here. So I'm going to snip off of each of these ends just a tiny bit, so I don't have a risk of getting in the ditch. Does that make sense? Pull that back, open this, throw this in here. And you can fold your basic fins like one direction, so you can see what you're doing. And now I'm going to put it down. And I'm going to take that little bit off of there. You know, not a lot, but it'll be okay. And I'm going to do it on the other side. May not get it even, but it's not going to show that much, because, you know, it's all black in there. So put that down. There we go. There. Pick that up. So that way I'll have fairly equal amount on each side. If it's not exactly equal, it's okay. Alright, and that lines up pretty good now. Oops. And you see I'm away from my edge here, because I'm over here. And on this side, I'm away from my edge over here as well. So I think that's where I'm going to put it. I just want to make sure that that black piece we put down before the burgundy pieces, that were lined up. And I'm just going to mark it. Right here. On this side, because it'll pull a little bit, but you'll be okay. So now we have to take and put double-sided tape down the back, because that's what's going to really hold this in there. So like I said, This is where all of your abuse is going to come from. And believe me, you can tear them apart. I mean, I'm sure none of us sit there with our grandchildren looking through the album and let them jerk them around. You know, they're not going to hold up to that kind of abuse, but they will hold up pretty well if you use good adhesive. Okay? And I'm definitely using the best that I have for my hinges on my binding. Oops. See, it came out just a little bit. So I've got a little bit sticking out here, so get it off so it doesn't stick to anything else. And I can pull that sticky off of there. I don't want to mess. And I know that sticky will lift up if I get it going. I've been doing this, and now all of a sudden it wants to give me a hard time. Well, I'll just do it the old-fashioned way, because I'm not going to concede to tape. It's just not going to happen, folks. But I know I don't need that sticking out there to get stuck to something else. Hi, Aristi. I'm making a mini album. I'm gonna try building the whole thing. Alright, get down there. My poor scissors are so sticky from this. Good thing Dugon takes it off, right? Back. Oh, come on. Don't come undone there. There you go. I got it. Okay. Now we've got all of our tape on the back. And I put 4 pieces of that really sticky stuff. So it will hold. Burnish it really well. The more you burnish, the better you're going to adhere. Okay. Now I can pull that off. We've got our marks on this side. Oh, bye, Denny's. Thanks for coming in, honey. Hi, everybody. If I've missed anyone, I apologize. I've kind of got my head down in this tape. And you really got to watch when you're messing with this tape, because if it sticks to something, it's stuck. I'll tell you, the other day, I wasn't watching what I was doing, and I dropped a piece that I had tape on, was working with, and I have a Shih Tzu, and he lays right under me when I'm working, and that sticky went on him. So he has a little bald patch right now. Poor Ted, right? Alright, let's get this down. Oh, sticky, sticky. So I don't look away when I'm doing the double-sided tape now because of that. Alright. We are here. And where am I at down here? Right there. I think. Alright, we got it in there. Alright, now I got to burnish this in here really, really good. And there are our hinges. Okay. Oops, pull it up. There we go. Got to give it a minute with that glue stick. But that's the easiest way to do a hinge that I've learned. I'm not a sewer. I love the way it looks, but I am not a sewer. So that's how I do mine. So how's everybody? Aristy, how are you doing, honey? I'm going to let that dry a minute because, you know, we've got that glue stick on that double-sided tape, and it takes it a couple of seconds to really get a hold of it, but it's the easiest way of doing it. Everybody doing okay? I'm going to take a break for a minute. I've been going for 2 hours, and I wasn't expecting to be able to make it that long, to tell you the truth. My back is really starting to bother me. Starting to get a little shaky, but I think I would still like to do the mats on this side and then call it a day for today. My mom, we were at the hospital the day before yesterday. She had another Crohn's attack, but she's okay. Everything's fine. The birds are all doing fine. So, and I'm slowly getting back, you know. But I have really, really missed getting to hang out with everybody and chatting and, you know, missed y'all. I know I've been in a few of the live chats, different channels, but I don't stay long. I'm just not up to it. You do that technique a lot? Good, Debbie. Did I do it the right way? All I've had to go on is watching videos. But yeah, things are starting to get back to normal for me, which is really, really good. Over the shock of, you know, like I said, the young man being murdered. And it's really, really hard because the young man that was murdered, my daughter, my middle daughter, they went to school together, you know, from kindergarten all the way up through high school. They're you know, they see each other in the stores and still chat. And, you know, now he's gone. And the young man that did it, like I said, he was a very active member of the church. And it was just a shock that that happened. And I don't care who you are, what community you're in, when it hits that close to home, you can't help but want to make sense out of it. And there is no sense, you know. Please, guys, let me get them a few peanuts, y'all, so they won't start yelling, okay? Yes, y'all want some peanuts? Peanuts and cookies? Yeah, peanuts and cookies. Here we go. Yes, I'll give you dogs some cookies too. Give me a minute. Here you go, Nova. Dolly, you've got to quit throwing your bowl down. Move. Move, Dolly. Move off your dish. There you go. More peanut? Here's you some cookies. Yes, Bubsy, I see you too. There, Nova. You want the cookie? There you go. Here, Bubs. Want a cookie? Yeah? Okay. Good baby. I know. You guys are good birds today. All right. Which dog wants a cookie? Molly? Ted? All right. Molly and Ted. The only two in here. Here you go, Ted. All right, y'all. Sorry about that. But I would rather give them a cookie and some peanuts as to hear them scream. Yeah, I like that technique for the hidden hinge. Now, I've got to get 2 of these again for this, and I've got to cut out the hinge cover for the back, the spine mat, and get it on there. So, let me get these cut out. Like I said, I'm just going to finish that side up, and then tomorrow I'll come back and we'll work on the pages and getting the decorative matting done and maybe start decorating it. I've got to figure out the closure. I'm not sure what I want. I'm thinking about the hitch post, you know. So if y'all have any ideas on that, let me know. All right, I need another piece of burgundy. And the cutter. Been a long day. All right, now what did I say I need? I need 4.5 twice. I love this cutter. I can't say it enough, y'all. Four and a half. And do I have 2 inches here? I don't know. Nope. Yeah. Just 2 inches. So, there we go. Alright, so now this needs to be 6.5. This needs to be 6.5. That's something I've got to get used to too, is the blade, you have to have it completely at one end or the other, or it's very tight to slide your paper under the thing that holds it down. Alright, and we're done with this again. What theme is it? It's just, I bought this paper pack, Aristi, It's called Midnight Berries. And let me show you some of the pages if I can get it to do right. I mean, it's just gorgeous, you know. And this is what I'm going to do the matting in. Like I said, it's got purples, pinks, blacks, grays, you know. I just thought it was so pretty. And one of my daughters really loves purple, and her birthday's coming up. So I was just going to do an album in this paper for her. And she, into all that flowery, you know, it reminds me of the 60s, 70s, you know. So that's what I'm doing it in. Yeah, it's very pretty. I bought 2 of them. And they were only $4.99 at Tuesday Morning, but I've had them for a while. It was just finding something to go with it. And then when I went the other day, I found this raspberry berry paper at Tuesday Morning, and it goes really well with it. So I got lucky. Got very lucky. Hey, Tanya. How are you, honey? Yeah, I love that purple. All right, so now I've got to antique the edges of this for this side. Not doing too bad. First day back, we've built this. We've made some progress. It's going to be okay. Like I said, it took me a good 20 minutes or so to figure out again how to even go live. I hadn't been on in so long. But I wanted to at least maybe try to finish the bones of the album today, and then come back tomorrow and build the pages and do some of the designer paper matting. Maybe start doing a little bit of decorating, you know. I do appreciate each and every one of you for coming back in and sticking there, you know. I've wanted to come on, just haven't been able to. But now things are starting to get better. So, might as well do this, right? And like I said, always ink your edges. If you get a little off or something and you ink them similar to your background, it'll help hide imperfections. And it just blends it all right in together. Looks fine. And I really like this soot because, you know, like I said, that paper's got some blacks and grays and charcoaly colors in it. And I just thought it would look good. So I got to sit up a minute, y'all. Yes, it's nice to see Aristi. It's nice to see you too, Vicki. Debbie. I really do appreciate y'all coming in, hanging out with me. What are you making, Aristy? I know you're always crafting. Tanya's working on her cards, and she's getting to do different ones now because I think she had a bat with carpal tunnel, and her hands was hurting her after cutting out so much. Oh, thank you, Tanya. Guess I'll have to get one made and mail it off to you. Now nothing but today as usual. I was making a junk journal. Yeah. Now, if any of y'all haven't been in here very long and don't know, Brenda, Foxy's Jewelry Creations, is a very nice lady. She's fixing to do her 100 giveaway. Go check out her channel. Subscribe. She's very talented. She does polymer clay. She does beadwork, makes jewelry. Just check her out, you know. Very, very talented woman. You'll have a good time in her chats. She's kind of a goofball like the rest of us. Well, hey, Jackie, how are you? Hi, Ashley. You ain't sneaking nowhere. Girl. I know you at your mama's today working. We're hoping that package shows up today. And if it does, y'all have to come in and check out because we swapped Happy Mail, Ashley, Tanya, and me. Mine's been here for over a week. So if theirs comes in today, we're going to do a video and we're each going to open our Happy Mail. I'm doing better. Oh, that's cool. So, yeah. Like I said, check out Brenda if you haven't already. Subscribe to her. I mean, you can use polymer clay in your paper crafting, your mixed media, beadwork, you know. And she's just now getting into paper crafting, mixed media. So, she's really done some pretty things. I like seeing all my friends subscribe to one another and get to know one another and have a good time. Just makes it so much better. Oh, well, I've used all of that one. Don't scream. Ugh. Alright, where's my other one? Well, I'll use this for this minute. It'll be alright. I just had a little bit to get down here. I'll have to get another roll out. Like I said, get it burnished. Oh, come on. Don't give me a hard time, and I know I burnished. Y'all see me. Once in a while, you get a piece that wants to be stubborn. I'm making a mini album. I think it's going to be for my daughter for her birthday later this month. Because she loves purple. I know a lot of people like purple. Don't be upset. Purple's not my favorite. I like aqua, teal, you know. Purple is not my favorite color. So don't hate me. I still make purple things because a lot of people do like purple. Alright. Hi, Dolly. Hey, Dolly. How do we look? We look pretty good there. I think I got it. Pretty centered, right? May not be perfect, but, you know, I'm human. We're not perfect. Yeah. Okay, that's got that on there. Nice. Now, we got to get one of these marked. And I definitely want it to be straight across. Where did I put my my ruler? Got a big ruler, and it has disappeared into this abyss of a desk that I have. Give me a second to find it. I'm not seeing it. There it is. Anyway, I want them as straight across as I possibly can get it, you know, so it looks nice. There. That doesn't look too bad, I don't think. That looks pretty good. So that's where we're going to put it. So I'm going to mark here and here. Mark here, here. It's just easier to mark your corners. So when you take it up, when you go to put it back down with all your sticky, you have a reference line, you know, to line it up to. Alright, I got to get some more double stick. I ran out of that one. Well, I know I've got some. Where did I put it? That's that really wide, and that's not what I want. I may be out of that narrow. Okay. I must be out of the quarter, whatever. So, just try and use this. Make do. Oh, yay. It's working. A little bigger than I wanted, but yeah, all right. Like I said, I try to get as close to the edge as I can so my edges don't pull up. And since this is so sticky, I'm only going to do one down the center because it's so big. I think it'll be okay that way. Alright, let's get it burnished down good so we can get it to peel right. Like I said, I've been watching a lot of Genevieve designs, and that's where I got inspired to try doing this on my own. If y'all haven't seen her videos, which I'm sure most of you have, because she's got quite a following. She makes beautiful albums. I mean, just beautiful. And I stumbled onto her by accident one night. I was in bed, you know, laid up, couldn't sleep, hurting, and just flipping through YouTube and happened to see her, and I was hooked. Tell you right now, I was hooked. And that's where I learned the trick with the glue stick, which y'all watched me all afternoon, and if it wasn't for this glue stick, I would have done had a mess. I am not that talented without the glue stick. Alright, we're here. Line up to my edges where I made my marks. That was Dolly. She just threw her bowl down. There. And that's down. I don't think that looks half bad. Fairly even, right, guys? I mean, I can't ever center perfectly. That's just not in my DNA. Alright, so this one now, got to kind of line it up so we get straight across as even as I can. I'm thinking right about there is fairly close. Oops. And I think I need to go just a tiny bit that way. Let me stand up over it and make sure. I think that looks pretty good. I'm not sure. Yep, that looks okay. I can live with that. That's good enough, right? So, let me mark my corner. Like I said, if you mark your corners, it'll save you a lot of headache. And believe me, I learned that the hard way. Because once you've got that sticky on that paper and you get it down there, there's pretty much no turning back, you know. So if you make register marks, it's just so much easier on you. Didn't know who she was. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. All right, Jackie, thank you for coming in, honey. I appreciate it. I said I'm going to get this piece on, and kind of tired. I think I'm going to call it a day, but I'll come back tomorrow. Any of y'all have a specific time that you could come back if you want to tomorrow? Hang out for a little while. I know it's Monday and a lot of people go live, but oh well. Like I said, I'm coming back and get back to doing my videos like I did before. Some days you may get tired of looking at me. But I enjoy doing this. I enjoy hanging out with you guys. And we got a lot done on this today, considering, you know, we were just pieces of paper. So, not bad for first day. You know, we built the whole book, The Bones. So, and like I said, they always intimidated me, looked so difficult, but so beautiful. And I just decided I was going to take the time to make my templates and go there. You're home all day. Cool, Deb. Maybe tomorrow around, I don't know, what, 1 o'clock Eastern? That work for y'all? I'll come back on. If I can figure my Hangouts out, we'll do it. And then if anybody wants to come on with me, we can do that too. But I think I need an update or something. I'll see if Ashley, when she has time one day, will video chat with me and go through and look and see what's going on. Because Ashley's pretty smart. She's one smart little cookie. The glue stick is just a washable, clear, repositionable glue stick. Elmer's. But it gives you a little wiggle room on your double-sided tape, so you're not just stuck with wherever you stick it. You know what I mean? Because double-sided tape is kind of rough to work with. So I like that it gives me, you know, just a minute. I mean, say right now, I can pick that back up because of that glue stick. But once it's down, you know, a few minutes, you can't. It just gives you that little bit of wiggle room you need to get your things where you want them to go. Hi, Joey. How are you, sweetheart? Okay, you guys. We got our book built. I'm so happy. I can't believe we got that much accomplished. And the color is going to be gorgeous. I love that berry. Our hinges came out nice. I like that. They're a little stiff, but you know, once you work them a while, they'll work out and be okay. And like I said, I think with these papers, I think that's going to look awesome. I've already cut out, it has some add-ons. Well, not add-ons. What are they? Cut-aparts. And I thought, you know, for like belly bands with that. There's 2 of those. There's 2 of that one. There's only 1 of the big ones. But I have another sheet of this, and I've already cut all that apart. I just thought with that berry background and the black and all the matting, it would really look good. And then it had a few little other things, you know, that we'll use for tucks and pockets and different little things. So, but I think the colors will go well, and I'm pretty happy with it. This one, I've got to cut it apart yet. I didn't realize there's two there. But, and then I've bought a die that has the corners and a frame. Let me see if I can get it out of here. It's absolutely gorgeous. And once we decide the front cover and stuff, we may use this with it, you know. See if I can get it to come out. I'm stuck somewhere. There we go. Nope. Oh, I know, it's stuck on the, so I know you won't be able to see the corners and the little frame and my in frame. Anyway, I know it's white on here, but it really is quite pretty. There's the frame. And then there's the two corners. And I might use that on it as well. So. Anyway, that's what I was planning on for this. So, y'all want to just hang out and chit-chat for a few minutes, or... Because I've done what I'm going to do today. Like I said, I'm starting to get a little tired. I've been on for 2.5 hours. And tomorrow we're going to do the pages. There's going to be 4 full pages, which is what, 8? Hang on one second. I have an upset pup. What? Hey. No. Leave Oogie alone. Alright, go. Run, cat. There was a cat on my back deck, and Molly, my daughter's dog that's staying with us now, she's not used to cats. So, you know, she doesn't care for kitty cats. And every time Molly, the Oogie, the cat, is out there, she has to carry on, and then it gets the others going, and there you go, you know. But, yeah, we'll work on this again tomorrow. Like I said, I was surprised I got this much done today. If any of you want to do one, but don't want to bother with the measurements, this one is going to be, I believe it's a 5x7 when I'm done. Let's see. Yeah, it's just over 5 and probably just a little over 7. Nope, 7. So, you know, let me know and I'll give you the measurements. It was, once you got the measurements down, you know, putting one together doesn't take any time because I've made templates with each piece that I need and my measurements. So all I have to do is pull out that piece and then I can cut what I need for it, right down to my mats and everything. So it was just easier to do it that way. And I even had to make me a prototype so I knew exactly for my hinges. And that was pretty easy. But I think this is all there is to this whole thing. I don't have the pockets and things like that, but we'll do those as we go. If you decide to make one, you go bigger or smaller, you know, your measurements are going to be different, and that's great. Take the time, make yourself a template. That way, if you want to do another one later, you've got something to go by. You know, you're not just a 1/4. You know what I'm saying? It'll be so much easier on you. I'm glad I did it. Doing it at first was kind of a pain, you know, because you have to stop and measure each piece and, you know, fit it together and make sure it's going to work. But after I got it done and I made my template, I'm able to, well, put them together fairly quick, considering. So, bye, Vicky. Be safe, sweetie. Hopefully I'll see you another day. Alright. Anyway, y'all want to chit-chat for a few, or you got to run? Ah, Dolly, your food dish again. I have a crazy chicken keeps throwing her food dish down. Do you know how annoying that is? Yeah. Oh, well. It happens, right? I got to clean my scissors today, too, because all of that double-sided tape, everything's pretty sticky right now. But that's all for that album. That's all it's going to take, other than our decorations. All right, Joey. See you later. I guess I'm going to get off of here. And like I said, if Tanya and Ashley's mail comes in today, I may see you later. If not, I'll see you sometime tomorrow. So everybody have a good day. I'll see you shortly, Tanya. And I appreciate y'all for coming in. Leave me a comment if, you know, I'm not doing something the right way and you make these. Let me know. You know, I don't mind constructive criticism. So, all right, everybody. Thanks. I'll talk to you later. Bye.